Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, quick news. Let's talk living legend Devin Haney. You know, he's going to fight your boy Brian Norman Jr. And the general consensus is Brian Norman Jr. is going to knock him out, right? He's going to knock the dude out. Now, that's a damn good possibility. Brian Norman is all that in a bag of chips. But the deal here is so is Devin Haney. So is Devin Haney. And what I'm going to say in this is, I'm hoping that Devin Haney, if he gets through this fight, which is going to be a hard if, but if he gets through this fight, it's all about the credit. Because Brian Norman is a good undefeated fighter with a lot of confidence right now. And Devin Haney has been taking nothing but hard fights his whole career, actually. He hasn't taken the easy route. I don't know why we have a lot of vitriol, a lot of hate for someone who does great things, but we just do when it comes to Devin Haney. I don't know what it is. Now, I'm hearing, but that he's talking smack and he says he's levels above Brian Norman Jr. There's stuff that's coming from Brian Norman Jr. and Brian Norman Sr., who I see pretty much every day talking, because they're confident, right? So let everybody talk their smack. But Devin Haney has a right to say that he's levels above others because he does levels above others type of stuff, right? And I don't like to hear people talking about Brian Garcia at all because that is just absolutely, if somebody's coming in 3 pounds heavier, every boxer knows what that means. And then doped on top of it. I don't want to hear about that fight. You were scared. That's why you did that. And then in the next fight, then you showed how scared you was because you didn't even do anything against the other guy. So no, Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr., 50-50 fight. Devin Haney was trying to fight either Boots, either Brian Norman, Teofimo Lopez, anybody who was hard in or around his division, like legends do. Ask Roy Jones Jr. It wasn't about just his division, in or around his division if you're supposed to be awesome. Ask Terrence Crawford, in or around his division. Look at him, he's going down to divisions. Who's supposed to be awesome, right? And the only people they asking Terrence Crawford to fight is Godzilla and the Hulk. I don't hear nothing normal anymore, right? And Devin Haney to be wanting to fight the hardest guy in that division, I'm upset that it's only for one belt, to be honest with you. I guarantee you, ain't no Barrios gonna want to fight Devin Haney. That ain't happening, you know what I'm saying? Barrios is looking for people in a retirement home to fight. So it ain't gonna get that. So to fight the hardest guy, let's give the man credit, man. And if he ever gets knocked out, then whatever. At least he was there. He shouldn't have, people were mad at him or, apprehensive, let's use that word, for him to fight Jose Ramirez. Like, oh man, that's a hard one to take, a hard punch in Jose Ramirez. So he goes in there, stays away from him, which is also a talent, and he gets zero credit for beating Jose Ramirez and making him look pedestrian. Zero credit. Right? Zero credit. Zero credit for going down to 135 pounds, still making weight, and fighting Lomachenko. Weight drain like hell. Still getting it through that fight. Going to Australia, beating Brian, boy, Kambosos twice. So yes, man, Devin Haney, we're gonna roll with him just because it's as simple as that. He's doing what most boxers don't. So here's the deal. Devin Haney gonna get knocked out versus Brian Norman. Right? That's what people are saying. The question is, what if he doesn't? When he wins, be there to give him the props that he will deserve at that point. Get it? Doma Sports Talk worldwide. And we up out here, y'all.